If Marcus Rashford really wants to make history, it comes down to this weekend. In today's news, we review the football heritage we saw last night, discuss why Marcus Rashford has the opportunity of a lifetime against Getafe, and then predict this weekend's Premier League matches, which includes 3 massive games. So yesterday, Marcus Rashford actually wasn't the only player that should be making headlines. Former Barcelona player Ansu Fati finally played his first game for Monaco, coming on in the 60th minute and scoring a goal. Monaco got destroyed, so it doesn't really matter, but it's still nice to see, and it's similar to Giovanni Quenda. If you forgot, Chelsea signed him and then loaned him back to Sporting, but yesterday he scored a great goal, and even though it didn't really matter that much, it meant a lot to him. As for the big matches, bro, Di Lorenzo is now my op because he's literally the reason why Kevin De Bruyne's game ended after 20 minutes. His red card had Milinkovic-Savic lock into savage mode, but still, Manchester City were just too much. Phil Foden created 8 chances, the most in his whole Manchester City career, one of which was an assist to Erling Haaland, who broke a Champions League record, but we'll get into that in a little bit. That's because we got to talk about Jeremy Doku, bro. This guy could literally be one of the best players in the world if he had just a consistent final product. I mean, that change of pace on his goal last night was just crazy. He's just like unstoppable. But I think we can all agree the best goal of the night came at St. James's Park. Barcelona beat Newcastle 2-1, and while Paul Scholes posted this calling Pedri his new favorite player, Marcus Rashford gave us some football heritage. This header was actually top class, and after the match he even said it was his favorite goal of the 2, but bro, I'm not gonna cap. His second goal was a banger, and it brought me back to the good old days. Prime Marcus Rashford scored 30 goals and got 9 assists in 56 matches for Manchester United back during the 2022-23 season, and this was the first time in ages I've seen him reach those levels. During the 23-24 season, he scored just 8 goals and got 5 assists. Last season, between both Manchester United and Aston Villa, he scored just 11 goals and got 8 assists. That's why this weekend is the opportunity he's been waiting for. Coming off 2 bangers in the Champions League, his confidence is going to be at an all-time high, and with Lamine Yamal out injured, if Marcus Rashford gets the match winner against Getafe, bro, it might be the exact moment where his career takes off again. Believe it or not though, we actually have some juicier matchups this weekend. Real Madrid play 3rd place Espanyol, which is kind of surprising after they lost Joan Garcia this summer, but they'll also be without Dean Huijsen, who called out the Spanish football authorities for still having him suspended despite admitting that that red card was a mistake. In Ligue 1 this weekend, we have Le Classique. Marseille have been struggling so far this season. They lost to Rennes on the opening day, they lost to Lyon, but with Joao Neves now joining the injury list alongside Ousmane Dembele and Desiree Doué, Marseille might have a chance. I'm not gonna lie, I don't really believe that. Jose Mourinho will take charge of his first match back in Portugal, with Benfica going away to AVS Futebol. It's their 2nd season in the top flight, so this should be an easy dub. What won't be easy though is Liverpool beating Everton this weekend. Jack Grealish is already on 4 assists. That's 16 away, which is kind of a lot, but 16 away from matching Thierry Henry and Kevin De Bruyne's joint Premier League assist record. But it's not just him. Ndiaye is personally my favorite player on this team. Dewsbury Hall is there. David Moyes has really turned this team around. I'm gonna say this match ends 2-2. For Brighton versus Tottenham, I'm gonna say Tottenham continue their form and win this match 3-2. I'm taking Forest to beat Burnley 2-0. West Ham and Palace to draw 1-1. Wolves versus Leeds is actually really hard to predict because both teams are just not very good. I'm gonna say Wolves win 1-0 and get their first win of the season. Manchester United host Chelsea, who actually have only won 6 out of their 33 matches at Old Trafford. And you might think Manchester United are just straight trash right now, but they've actually created like a decent amount of opportunities. They have the 2nd highest expected goals in the league, only behind Manchester City. Cunha though being out injured is bad, so I'm gonna say Chelsea win 2-1. Brentford go away to Fulham, which will be a great match. Both mid-table strong sides, both clubs in London. I'm gonna say Fulham win 2-1. Bournemouth then take on Newcastle, who are coming off that loss against Barcelona, but I think they'll bounce back and beat Bournemouth 3-1. Aston Villa have been struggling, while Sunderland have actually been doing pretty decently, but still I'm gonna say Aston Villa. I'm actually gonna go big here. I'm gonna say they win 4-1. That brings us to Arsenal versus Manchester City, and the big discussion here I feel like is just this 2 strikers. If Gyökeres really wants to be top talked in the same breath about Erling Haaland, bro, he has to score. I mean, Haaland just became the fastest player ever in Champions League history to reach 50 goals. Regardless of strikers, though, I'm going to say Arsenal win 2-0. Anyways, that's all the news, and I'll catch y'all on Monday.